well. And I'm just gonna make sure we're live. Um, all right, okay, I think we are live. So, hi everyone, my Facebook community, or just everyone here watching or the replay. I really wanted to come on here today to share a story with one of my most recent one-on-one clients, Isabelle here. We've been working together for about, I think we were talking about our sessions. It was our seventh session, and she had such an amazing month of July that I thought I had to come on here and share with you guys like everything that kind of happened before and after, and kind of how her story started and what is kind of her secrets into getting the amazing results that she did with 4 paying clients last month. And it all really happened in the span of like 4 weeks. I say like in July, clients just started coming in, and everything, kind of her mindset shifted and her confidence, and everything just feels really aligned. So I wanted her to come on here to also talk about her story and what really worked for her, not just in her coaching container, but like strategies, her mindset, and how she, keeps everything in place with her strategies and her inner work. Because I think that's really important. Whenever we see clients get results, it's about the strategies kind of, but I say a lot of the times it's about your mindset going into executing the strategies. So I'll let Isabelle do her intro here. Isabelle, tell us, or tell the audience here, what is it that you do, who do you help, and kind of your, I guess, before and after, like before, we started working together, and kind of talk about your month of July and how everything has been for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Selena. I'm so grateful that we actually crossed paths together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a completely different spot prior to meeting, I think 7 sessions ago,
Yeah.
before we started working together. As you know, I am a self-discovery and success coach. That's something I specialize in. It's more of how I kind of was aligned and found my purpose with coaching and working with a bunch of life coaches prior myself. So going into this coaching journey, getting my certification, coming out of the program, starting my business from scratch was definitely really scary. Nobody likes to be fresh out of the haystack and wonder, how can I start building these clients? How can I start building this business to 6 figures or 5K months? And I had worked with a few coaches before, and it wasn't really until I probably had met you where things just kind of felt more structured. A lot of your strategies really helped me layer out some of the pillars of my program, where I honestly didn't even know, like, obviously I knew how to help people, I knew how to coach people, but I didn't really feel that like structured about my program. I'm not going to lie, because a lot of it is really structured. And all right, so we have our first pillar, our second pillar, our third pillar. How are we actually going to prove to these clients that we can help them, and more than just saying, I can help you, right?
Yeah, totally.
So layering out with more of like the pillars, layering out with the content is really also just key, but as well as knowing like the mindset shifts, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was what really clicked for me, having that one-to-one accountability with you,
Mhm.
where I wanted to give out free stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, no, like, something that I like to just remind, I guess, like even, client or coaches is like, we as a coach, like, our clients hired us for our perspective. And I think it's okay to, I would say like, call your clients out, but like, it's okay to disagree with your clients and not always go with, oh, because they want to do this, like, let me just help you get there. It's more so knowing like, okay, this is their goal, and like, whatever the things that they're saying right now, I know it might not work right now, and I want to maybe pause on that. And so like that's kind of my way of coaching clients, is like sometimes it's not the thing you want to do right now. It might not get you results that you want. We might have to just take a pause, but we can come back to it. And that's what we kind of worked on, with you, is like, okay, we want to give all this freebie, but no, let's focus on selling your one-on-one coaching. And I mean,
Yeah,
you did.
I think that's one of my favorite things about working with you is like, Like a lot of us coaches, we want to help people so bad that we're really willing to do whatever we can to give free value.
Mhm, mhm.
And for me, I just remember a lot of the times in the program before I even got clients, I was like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And you were like, okay, but like you came to me because you wanted those 5K months. So we're going to focus on that first. And what I'm telling you right now is that's free value. And we want you to pay people, we want you to get paid for your value, right?
Yeah.
So I think that especially has to come into contact with knowing that you're worthy of being paid as a coach.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of us want clients so bad, and it gets to a point where we're willing to do anything
Yeah.
and even give our services for free.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. But it's
And
like that switch of, okay, like I am worthy of, getting paid. And that's when you kind of stop like, oh, like I don't have to give that much free value for people to say yes to me. Me as a whole, just of my content and the way I connect with people, like that's enough for people to say yes. And I mean, for you it did.
yeah, yeah. A lot of different tweaks, you know, made me realize about the way I was showing up on my social media platforms. Like
Mhm.
I had gone through so many different loopholes of trying to attract ideal clients and trying to sell in the DMs. And you know, that was like a whole anxiety spectrum of my coaching career. I was like, I just remember like messaging you and be like, what do I say? Like
Yeah.
but a lot of that is because we're so focused on the outcome, right? We're so focused
Mhm.
on selling them
Mhm.
without knowing that like we're already worthy despite being like selling them or not. Like we're
Yeah.
imagining yourself in a state of already having the client, already having the clients you want and not feeling like attached to selling is I think
Yeah.
what makes it flow so easily. The discovery calls I had where the literally the client paid on the phone
Yeah.
was because I was just my authentic self. Like I was like, I know I can help you. I'm passionate about my program. I know this was designed for you.
Yeah.
It really wasn't about like it's X amount of dollars, like it's gonna go up in a few months. It, it was
Yeah.
selling from a state of peace, of love, of knowing that you can
Yeah.
help this person. And
Literally.
the
Yeah, that's
energetics are huge.
I
Yeah.
know, that's amazing because like for you too, like, and I guess for all my clients, it's like we give you the strategies, but it's at the end of the day like how your mindset and how your energy like plays out because I can teach, another client a content strategy or like, oh, this is how you sell in the DMs, but it can feel like, such a different way depending on like your energy. And I think you are, you're just so magnetic. And I think that's how, all your, dream clients, they all end up coming back, right? It's not to say, people don't ghost you. Like, people get a lot of ghosts or cancellations, but the dream clients, especially for Isabel, like, they all kind of came back. And it's because of your
Yeah.
energy and the way you really truly care about them and not just like, hey, I want to talk to you because I want to like make a sale. Like you truly actually genuinely care for your clients. And I think that's like so beautiful with July, right? Your first 5K month, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Tell us about kind of how, because I know when we first came into the container, you were wondering, okay, like, do you think it's actually possible that I hit 5K months? And look at you in July. Like, how does that feel to know that what you set out to do, you actually did it literally in that month?
Yeah, honestly, I had no idea I would do
You
that.
knew, you knew.
I knew I had this instinctual feeling like it's gonna happen this month,
Mhm.
and believing that it's gonna happen definitely sets you up for success, right?
Yeah, for
Without
sure.
wondering how or attaching yourself to the outcome or trying to overwork yourself. I mean, definitely the work is there. You know, I definitely wasn't lazy in this process. I was very hardworking and
Mhm.
I was coming to you with all these ideas. And I'm glad that you held me accountable to like the bigger picture, which
Yeah.
was just putting out my best energy and
Mhm.
knowing that like the right clients were going to come.
Yeah.
And even sometimes when I would go on these calls and I did get my ideal clients and they didn't want to pay me or they were having those like shifted money beliefs that I had to
Mhm.
work through,
Mhm.
I had to be really patient, right? And I had to trust that if they were my ideal client, they will come back.
Yeah.
And at certain points, like I thought, okay, they're just not going to pay me this month, and that's fine. Like I'm
Mhm.
good. I have even one paid client, right? Like
Yeah.
that's enough. That's still money that I profited from. And
Yeah.
someone that believed in me, somebody that was,
Wow.
believed in me, that I could help them. And that was enough to feel worthy of attracting everyone else that
Mhm.
maybe wasn't ready that time I got on the call with them.
Mhm.
And what do you know? I woke up one morning, literally towards the end of July, and I had like the two ideal clients that I thought weren't going to pay me that month and were like, let me pay you. And I was like,
Yeah.
I like, I
Yeah.
like literally messaged you. It was like, Selena, what's going on?
I know you were like, I'm on the floor. I was like, oh my God, like I'm literally like screaming just with you. Like it was so
Yeah.
exciting, right? For you to kind of get that initial, because before you were kind of like unsure whether they're gonna pay. But then of course, the more you show your energy and the more you're present, not just like directly to those people, but just like to your community, they started to see your energy, and it's just like they all came back around.
Yeah. Embodying these feelings of worthiness,
Yeah.
embodying what these clients are looking for
Yeah.
is so key, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I tell this to my coach friends too that are struggling with making sales. It's like, it's not about saying, oh, let me help you with your limiting beliefs, or let me help you do XYZ. That's kind of coach language. A lot of people don't really know what that is. So like, you have to really, I think what I've learned too is speak to a past version of yourself, like speak to
Mhm.
what they would want,
Yeah.
hit those pain points, which you helped me a lot with discovering
Yeah.
towards my ideal clients. Otherwise, you're just going to attract people that are desperate and not really
Yeah.
willing to go on this journey with you. And
Yeah.
that's why I found all of my ideal clients. Like it's bizarre. I feel like I'm coaching my past self, you know?
Yeah. And those are like the best clients to work with, right? Because you know
Yeah.
exactly like what they're going through and what are problems they're needing help with because you've been there before. And I think that's why it was so important for us. Like, with all my clients, they go through their modules and like the clarity and offer. We really like dialed that in for you, right? Because before I think we were still figuring out like what niche you were in, like what offer made sense for you. But I think we got really clear for that. And that I think that's when the clients started to kind of also flow through. You knew kind of the problems and pain points that they're having. And it was easier to sell to people when you also know, like when you're confident about your offer too.
Yeah. And making them feel good, I think, is
Yeah.
key. I've seen a lot of coaches post a lot about, if you lack confidence, if you
Mhm.
lack all these things, like they only focus on the pain points
Yeah.
and say, I can help you with that. But instead of really transforming and making them feel good at the end,
Mhm.
like allowing them to feel worthy of these results and like embodying those results,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
love that. That's
I think that's huge.
Mhm. Totally. And I think all of us can learn something from that, right? Like you can't sell a coaching offer unless you yourself embody the results. And I know we are just talking about that in our coaching session is like you really have to just like fall in love with your offer, fall in love with the coach that you are. And then all the strategies and everything else will really start to fall into place. But of course, you still need the right strategies.
Yeah.
It'll make the strategies work even better. And I think, I'm so excited with you, Isabel, that we were able to connect and be in this coaching journey together because I just seeing your growth here has been just so amazing. And we're not even done yet. We are on our seventh session, so we just talked about like her scaling plans and like of course like 10K months after that. Like there's just so much that we know is possible for her. And I'm just, yeah, I'm really excited for you. And I guess one last question to wrap everything up. If someone were kind of like on the fence of, let's say, like joining my coaching program or another program that I have, like what would you say to that person that is just like, oh, like should I go into this coaching container, is this for me? What would you say for kind of the last answer to wrap up this session?
Ew. You know, this is something, especially when I was talking to that girl the other day that I referred to you, it was
Yeah.
really about like, if you're really seeking the answers to this fixation that can really bring you those 5K months, those 10K months, whatever you're looking for, it really comes to trusting your gut and knowing that money is value at the end of the day,
Mhm.
right? Like, if you don't believe in that as a coach, like you got to do some reworking on that,
Yeah.
because the amount of coaches that you can invest in, if you don't receive the value that's really giving you the answers you're looking for, the results you're looking for, like it comes down to knowing that it's not about what you're losing, it's what about you're gaining, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, like obviously you could freak out about spending a certain amount of costs on a program, but I had to really reframe my mindset around I'm getting so much value in return for what I'm investing in. And I've already made my 5K month back. So
Which is
like
amazing. Yeah.
didn't take long, and
Yeah.
because I believed that, you know, I was going to make the money back. I was going to trust myself, trust that, you know, trust you, trust that I
Mhm.
was going to be held accountable, and I was.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So investing in yourself is scary,
Mhm.
but as a coach, like you said, you have to fall in love with being a coach. You have to fall in
Yeah.
love with feeling worthy of being paid as a coach, and
Mhm.
also investing in other coaches to help you get there.
Exactly. That's like
Exactly.
such a good, like, if you're a coach or just any, like, if you're looking to start your business and looking to grow in any direction, you know that having support and having guidance is just such a big part of this journey. And of course, you can try to do it yourself, but at the end of the day, if you trust yourself to make the investment back, you will always make the investment back. And
Exactly.
actually, I just thought of one other question. Just we'll throw a final one in here and I'll let you go. What would
Okay.
you say is like your favorite part of working with me? Could be about like me as a coach or just like throughout our 7th or 8th week. Like, what was your favorite part of this journey so far?
Oh gosh.
Is there a lot? Or,
um Honestly, I just really like your energy. I really like how you're very practical and business minded.
mhm,
You get down to the root of things. You really look out for the best in people and what's better for them and getting them the results they want,
mhm.
on top of also having that loving, like best friend energy where like even on your social platforms, you're
Yeah.
always looking out for getting your clients the results they're looking for, and
Mm,
sharing that from a place of love and accountability.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know.
Aw. That like made me really happy. I'm gonna have to like cry after I rewatch this video. Okay, well, thank you so much, Isabel. And maybe we'll do like an update one like a month from now to see where you're at. But I think this is just a good, I think all of us will have learned something in here, with results and getting your business up and running and like mindset. I feel like there's so much, golden nuggets pieces here that everyone can learn from. So yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Isabel. And I will